Yes, I support the 3 hours is too long. However, already half expired. Yes, the section 2 is according to the request from the counterpart sides, someone he asked you to introduce the local public transport plan, which is specified in Japanese municipalities. So from these sections, I will introduce the review of LPTP in Japan, and just to giving how the public transport operation information data is important for the public transport plannings. Yes, this page shows just a comparison of Tokyo and Metro Manila. Yeah, and but sometimes you believe that the populations and the area. So in terms of the population densities in Tokyo and Metro Manila is NCR is relatively similar. Yeah. And the NCR has 1.40 million populations, and Tokyo is nearly 10 million. And the daytime population is 12 millions. And the area is similar, more than nearly 600 square kilometer. And the NCR is consists of the 70 LGUs, including the Keton, Manila, Mandaluyong, Makati, Makati. And Tokyo has the 23 wards. Then there are the corresponding to the LPTRP in Metro Manila, and some of the municipality in Japan are at least some municipalities have established a local public transport plan. Later, I will call it is LPTP published. And just based on the district. And before introducing the LPTP in Japan, and I will compare about the social or demographic characteristics in European country and Japan and the Philippines. And the functions of the road-based public transport is a little bit similar, a little bit different in Metro Manila and other countries. Yes. And in our country, public bus transport is considered as secondary transport to complement the urban railway transport network. However, that your countries in Metro Manila also have three light rail and MRT lines. However, still, then the bus transport, road-based transport is considered as a major public transport mode. And operated by the usually private. Yes, this is similar in Japan and the Philippines. And the governance of the public transport operations is also a little bit similar. Just I need to how to say however, but there is a governance by the government to maintain the public transport operations in Philippines. So one of the differences of the Japan and the European countries and the Philippines is the issues for the public transport operations. In Philippines, then the challenges and the issues for the public transport is the lower level of service for the public transport operations and competition among the operators. So how the competition is removed and how to improve the level of service is the very big challenge. Yes. Such kind of competitions can't be seen in Japan at this moment, and the level of service is relatively higher than the Philippines. On the other hand, then Japan and the other countries also facing the difficulty for the driver shortage by the aging society. And you know this is the population pyramid. Yes, how grows peak. There is here. Yes, your country is very beautiful population pyramid. However, this country, yes, our country, we have no future. We have no future. So there, and they are trying to invite more foreign population, the so-called productive population. And yes, and you know, there are so many public transport drivers is middle or higher age groups. So the number of license for public transport license holders increased rapidly in Japan. So due to the shortage of the drivers, many public transport operators terminated their operation, even if the route is financially feasible. However, there is no driver, so need to shrink their size. Such kind of difficulties is facing. And there's some issues that this is also triggered by the Asian society. Yeah, and the area with the aging populations is increased so that many citizens it's difficult to drive their private vehicles because they have no ability to drive their car because they are 70 or 80 years old. So they need to order citizens who is very higher age groups. So such kind of area is considered as the public transport brand area. So how the service is provided is also one of the challenging items for in Japan. So before reviewing the LPTP in Japan, so I would like to understand that there are some different issues in your country and our country. Yes. Then first of all, so the purpose of LPTP in Japan. Yes, according to some new act called as the Revitalization and Regeneration of Regional Public Transport Act. Yes, and the LPTP is to clarify the vision of the local passenger transport service, which is suitable for the communities. Yes. And to provide the visions, so that this LPTP is considered as some of the best developers by the municipalities. So then the second one, the definitions of local public transport in the LPTP is service to support the travels regarding the daily activity by the neighbors and activities by the visitors. Sometimes they define as a service that is unprofitable, but socially necessary. And then this LPTP, the urban railway, is excluded for the target of the plan. Because you know that urban railway is mainly operated by the private operators. So to support and to complement how the LPTP local public transport is operated is also issued in Japan. Then the bus routes are mainly operated by the private operator, the transport blue. But yes, and they need to improve their service. Which is based on their contents, which is specified in the LPTP. And another point is really more important. LPTPs do not necessarily have to be formulated at the local municipality levels. It means sometimes the several local authorities have implemented the LPTP jointly. You know, in US city, NCR, yeah, San Juan, and Mandaluyong, it seems to be very smaller. In those cases, considering let them to prepare their own LPTP doesn't seem to be reasonable for sometimes. So in Japanese case, yeah, and the JICA, they prepare LPTP, also the Tokyo Waterfront Area LPTP. Yes. And of course, the this is one of the districts in Tokyo, Chuo cities and Koto cities and part of Minato cities jointly prepare some LPTP. So later I will show you the English translated documents by generative AI, so that I will share later. Then yes, and as well as some LPTP, yes, and there is some issues and new planning concept in terms of the urban plannings. Yeah, both public transport and the transport plannings is highly related to the urban plannings, of course. But however, every time, especially in your countries, the coordinations between the urban planning side and the transport planning side is not active yet. So national government, and introducing the new, not so new, however, the planning concept, compact plus network plannings concept. Yes, and yes, this is also emerged due to the population decline and the aging society. Yeah, you know and Japan has the experience with the very rapid aging society and the population decline. So the existing urban area is very difficult to sustain because the infrastructure is aging, population people is aging. So how they support, how they maintain their infrastructure and social service is a very, very important issue in Japan. So then as I said, the urban infrastructure, including public transport, is difficult to sustain. So the urban functions meaning that so many social facilities or infrastructures and the public transport shall be aggregated and into the limited area. And connected by the arterial transport infrastructure. Arterial transport infrastructure means, of course, highway and railway. So this is the concept of the urban compact plus network concept. Then under this concept, under new acts, amendment of urban DI Special Measure Act established in 2014 is executed, and a new planning concept, location optimization plan, is promoted to be prepared by the municipalities. Then this figure showing the map in Sagamihara cities. Actually, this is one of the sites for your study tour in June. And nearly in the Kanagawa, one of the middle-sized cities in Kanagawa prefectures, and in the location optimization plan, yes, and the city area, this black line is, and two areas is specified. First one is the residence promotion area, green color. This is the induced residence and the maintaining population density. So yeah, in the city, population decline can't be avoided. So at least this green area, the population size should be maintained. But this is the primary target. And this red area is showing the red one is the so-called urban function promotion area. This area is the target is to induce daily life service, including the bank or social facilities or so daily shopping facility or something. Yes, facilities to be promoted and to sustain. To keep the urban structure, project to form a compact urban structure with the location optimization plan could be financed by the national government. And sometimes LPTP, again, I said the LPTP also shall be coordinated with the land optimization plan. And one of the characteristics in Japanese planning sites, many municipalities formulated the both of the LPTP and the land optimization plan together. And this graph shows the number of municipalities which the specified LPTP. And this blue one is the total. And red one shows the municipalities which specify both of the LPTP and land optimization plan together. So how the coordinates the urban plannings, including the land use plannings and the public transport plannings, is the very important point. And maybe sometimes you missed. Yes. So I would like you to share with you. Then just I don't share the experiences in LPTP. However, the LPTP is also spending 5 or 6 years after the LPTP is started to implement it. Yes, you know since 2016. Yes, and there are already 10 years, and there are nearly 1,000 municipalities formulated the LPTP by themselves. However, according to some committees, yes, consultative meeting on the implementation of the LPTP, which is managed by Ministry of Land Infrastructure and Tourism and Transports. Yes, then there are several issues for LPTP, which is specified by the municipalities. First one, contents. According to for the contents, a significant part of the LPTP is dedicated to the current situation analysis, and the very limited amount is dedicated for the countermeasures. So and second one, and the key performance indicators varied by the municipality and limited in number. So it's a little bit difficult to evaluate the LPTP is reasonable or not. And the third one, the PDCA, plan, do, check, action cycles, has not led to a revision according to the contents of the LPTP. And the participation by the diverse stakeholders is lacked. So fifth one, and the route-specific data is not all utilized by the many municipalities. So yes, I come here to introduce how the data is important and how the public transport operation information shall be utilized for the route plannings. However, many municipalities in Japan also can't utilize the public transport information. So the Japan and the Philippines are also similar situation, I want to suppose. Then this one, according to this consultative meetings and recently, some committee members propose preferred structure of LPTP. Yes. Currently, you know that I say more than 1,000 LPTP municipalities established LPTP, and everything is nearly more than 100 pages. And the most of it is used for the current condition analysis. However, according to the discussions by consultative meetings held by ministry, yes, and only 30 pages is enough. Yes, so the more compact and the more fixed formats. So the basic policy plan target and KPI and measure the project in appropriate locations and the evaluation plan achievements and implementation capacity for the plan. And in the appendix, in the fixed formats, the summary tables and digital tables can be prepared. So that's then of course the government sites, government side can identify, evaluate the LPTRP also provide. So this is what's proposed by the EBRIT in Japan. So you don't need to follow such kind of experiences in Japan. So according to but based on the experience in Japan, I would like you to learn appropriate format of LPTRP. Yeah. So and you can see the Quezon City's draft LPTRP about more than 400 pages. Yeah. And you simply say, yes, please review and give me comments. But review it is much more considerable works for me. So don't say such kind of request easily. Yeah. So but to avoid such kind of uncomfortability for such kind of simple or propose to fix the structure also prepared and promoted by your side. Yes, and this is of course one of the guidebook for LPTP in Japan. Yeah, and the principle for the public transport route plannings is the data-driven plannings. This is the prerequisite for the sustainable public transport plannings. Yes. Then this figure shows the basic directions and this is the basic structure for LPTP, including the basic directions, planning area, measures and projects, and the key KPI and targets, and the proposed PCDS items. Yes. And to establish the such basic directions for the current condition assessment is necessary. So to review some current condition assessments, yes. So the public transport information is necessary for you for them to implement. Then in Japanese cases, to develop LPTP in Japan, then there are some following data sets, including the person trip survey, which was conducted for 5 or 10 years, and the public transport ridership record by the operators, and the questionnaire survey, which is originally conducted by the LGUs, are utilized. Then one of this is also examples in the data-driven current condition assessments. Maybe some of you have knowledge about the GIS or something. However, this is the examples of the current condition assessment for the LPTP in Japan. Then the first one is the demographic information and the local characteristics and the transport networks and transport service information, and transport service information is how their riderships and how their public transport operations is scheduled. And the potential demand means a new project, new town project, or new shopping mall or something. Yes, where the following items are merged into the one blocks, so the some area. Which some area has an issue, some area has a potential, and some area has the conflicts. Yeah, can be identified. Utilizing such kind of informations, yeah, understanding the current situations and identifying the issue is possible. Yes. Then yes, and here is I translated the part of the Nakano City LPTP. This one also one of the municipalities in Tokyo. Then they have implemented some the current condition analysis for the route versus service informations. For example, the first figure showing the which public bus operators is operating the bus routes. So you can identify the demarcations of bus route coverage by public transport operators. And second one showing the bus stop locations and the size of the circles means the number of trips per stops per hour. So the which bus stop is the bus stop and which bus stop is not this can be visualized. And based on the figures and the bus stop with the large circles with the multiple operators. So the under transport infrastructure transport intermodal transport facility development project shall be proposed, such kind of measures. And third one is the passenger volume per day. Yes, according to the ridership information, so how the road sections is how the passenger volumes is also visible. And this is what and you ask about these questions and how this area is so can be considered as arterial bus corridor, secondary bus corridor, tertiary bus corridor. And principally speaking, so the such kind of hierarchy of the corridors also shall be based on the passenger demand. And sometimes, of course, the number of trips also. So there are two visualize such kind of current situation. So the public transport data information is necessary. Then this based on the current situation analysis, and they propose the public transport measure and each policy and initiatives to achieve each targets as specified. To maintain the expansion of bus route network, enhance of public transport usage information, bicycle usage environments. Based on the very typical methodologies based on the current analysis and the issues and the challenges is identified and what kind of policy and measures shall be implemented. This included in the LPTP in Japan. Okay, so the little bit shorter than previous, however, this is the recap of the section and the discussion. And the first one, local public transport plan in Japan also has many challenges, which as I mentioned, and like your countries. So the updating LPTP with the following components, with the plan based on the model architectures and the flexible and the cross-functional implementation structure and the more utilization of mobility data. So the such kind of the directions also can be applicable for your LPTRPs. Then the third one, then the national government is required to implement the following supports: provision of guidance and development of portal site for the data sharing, and the interactive supports and the digitalizations and the capacity development side. So and the Philippines has of course in the more serious challenges in availability of the mobility data. So there are two through this project, I would like you to support it. Okay, the section 2 is finished. Do you have any questions or comments?